God is sowing the seeds of the gospel throughout the whole world. Seeing the news that the Passover has been kept in the Middle East, we realize Father and Mother have done all this work. What happens wherever the water of life flows? It is written that all living things come to live and they are sanctified. Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 9. Swarms of living creatures will. What will happen? Live wherever the river flows. Surely, if it flows, they will live. If they receive it, they can be saved. Everyone, is there any truth in this world like that of the Church of God? No, there isn't. Therefore, there is no truth capable of saving the world except our own. And God, who will save the world, exists only in our Zion. It is written that God dwells in Zion. God said, "Swarms of living creatures will live wherever the river flows. There will be large numbers of fish." God likened us to fishers of men. What happens to the numerous fish because of the water of life? They're all coming to live. All of this is unfolding just as prophesied. Its beginnings seem humble, so prosperous will its future be. Initially, the water reached the ankles, but after measuring 1,000 cubits, it rose to the knees. Measuring another 1,000 cubits, it reached the waist. And upon measuring 1,000 more, it became a river that could not be crossed. With such depth, it is now being spread throughout the world. Swarms of living creatures will, what will happen to them in verse 9? Live wherever the river flows. There will be large numbers of fish, because this water flows there and makes the salt water fresh. So where the river flows, everything will. What? Live. Everything will live. If the prophecy is written as such, everyone, should we believe in this prophecy or not? After Jesus resurrected, he appeared to two disciples on their way to Emmaus, and they were unable to recognize him. Seeing them with downcast faces, Jesus asked, "Why are you sad?" They said, "Are you the only one living in Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened concerning Jesus? We had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel." In addition, some among us went to the tomb and had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. We cannot believe this. Jesus said, "How foolish you are, and how slow to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Why do you not believe in the words of God?" When he gave such a realization to the two disciples on their way to Emmaus, wasn't it by the breaking of the bread that their eyes were opened and they were able to recognize him as Jesus? What is written in the Bible will be fulfilled. Here it is recorded. So where the river flows, everything will live. Everything means nothing is left out. All comes to life. We must save them all, right? Let's look at verse 10. Fishermen will stand along the shore. From En Gedi to En Eglaim, there will be places for spreading nets. The fish will be of many kinds, like the fish of the Mediterranean Sea. But the swamps and marshes will not become fresh. They will be left for salt. Among them, no matter how much we preach, the evil spirits that were on the side of Satan from the beginning and were cast down from heaven will not be saved, right? Verse 12. Fruit trees of all kinds will grow on both banks of the river. Their leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail. Every month they will bear fruit because of water. Where does it flow from? The sanctuary. In other words, whom does the temple represent? In John chapter 2, it is written that Jesus himself said that the temple was his body. Additionally, Hebrews chapter 10 records that Jesus himself also served as the curtain of the sanctuary. These things are written in the Bible. The water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will serve for food, and their leaves for what? Healing. It is a medicinal ingredient that heals death. This becomes the medicine that grants eternal life.